You can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Winter programs start now at Grossenberg Implement. The Cold Start program is here to help you get ready before the deep freeze hits. Now's the perfect time to check your block heaters, coolant freeze points, and batteries. The top reason they get service calls every winter. Don't wait until it's too late. Stop by your local Grossenberg Implement or call them today and they'll come out and check your equipment for you. Keep your operation running strong this winter with Grossenberg Implement Service, the other half of a great product.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit titanmachinery.com/careers to learn more.
Pests don't wait, and neither should you. At Olson's Pest Technicians, we've been protecting homes and businesses for over 55 years. From bats and attics to rodents and walls, ants in kitchens, stubborn bedbug infestations, even swarms of mosquitoes. We've seen it all, and we handle it all. With expert technicians, ethical treatments, and service across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, you can count on Olson's to get the job done right. Contact us today at Olson's Pest Technicians. Family owned, community trusted.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Into the Bankwest pregame show for game number 2 of our long 2025-26 campaign. It's the Pierre Governor girls hosting the Rapid City Central Cobblers. And the Governor girls coming off of a loss in game 1 last night to Rapid City Stevens. Same goes for Rapid City Central, who lost to Aberdeen. as we are set for a good one here. And if these sophomore and JV games, along with the freshman game taking place right now, are any indicator of what we've got in the varsity game, then we are in for a treat. Let's quickly look at what's happened earlier here this afternoon at Riggs High Gym. In the JV game, the Governor girls led for a majority before the Cobblers came back late, took a late lead, but the Governor girls stayed persistent, got the win, and only got it by a couple points there here in this sophomore game. The freshman game actually with a couple sophomores mixed in. It's currently 30-30. A tie ball game starting in the fourth quarter. So a good one going here as the Governors try to make it a twofer in the early and then go for the 3-game sweep. As we mentioned, Governor girls fell in their first game of the season last night, dropping to Rapid City Stevens. As we quickly take a look at some of the action going on across the state here this afternoon. We're one of the first games to be getting going on the day. Of course, we've got multiple games going across our airwaves here this afternoon. A reminder that you can download the DRG News app if you want to bounce around from game to game. Of course, the Pierre Governor boys are on the road in Rapid City Central after a nice win to start their season last night over the Raiders. They take on the Cobblers later today. Coverage begins on River 92.7 with Brian Oakland around 1:30 this afternoon. Tip-off will be at 2 o'clock Central. Also today on our airwaves on Star 99, Mobridge Pollock makes a doubleheader trip to Sisseton. Matthew Giavoni will have that coverage beginning today around 3 o'clock. Tip-off for Game 1 should be around 3:15. And later on in the late afternoon slot on KPLO, Miller Highmore Herald at Jones County for a boys and girls doubleheader. Of course, on KPLO last night, Darren Boyle had the Stanley County at Miller doubleheader. Girls lost for Stanley County, but the boys came back and won a good one as they got their offense going. Going to be a lot of fun to see what comes out of Fort Pierre on the boys' side this season. Today on the girls' side in Class AA, of course, we've got the game here between Rapid City Central and Pierre. Rapid City Stevens will face off with Aberdeen Central in an early 2025 battle of unbeatens. O'Gorman, with one loss on the season, will take on Sioux Falls Roosevelt today. That one starts at 3 o'clock. That Aberdeen Rapid City Stevens game will get underway at 1:30. And Douglas will take on Rapid City Christian tonight. That one tips off at 7:30. On the boys' side, O'Gorman takes on Sioux Falls Roosevelt at 4:30. Aberdeen Central and RC Stevens will tip at 2:30. Douglas and Rapid City Christian will tip tonight at 9 p.m. Central in the nightcap. And that completes the AA schedule for today. From the single A schedule on the girls' side, Cheyenne, Eagle Butte, and Miller face off at noon. Castle, that one likely getting underway here shortly. Of course, that one tipping off at noon Central, and of course behind on Mountain Time. Castleview is taking on St. Thomas More. McCook Central Montrose and Parker Marion will face off. Nebraska Lutheran takes on Great Plains Lutheran, and a whole other slew of great games today. We'll also have all of the final scores from today's action from Class AA, Single A, and B on the local sports page at drgnews.com. From Class B, some of the games taking place today is Gettysburg faces off with Lyman. That'll be an interesting matchup at 2 p.m. Langford will take on Leola Frederick area. Ipswich faces off with Hitchcock Tulare. And as we mentioned on KPLO, Highmore Herald in Jones County. Pierre Governor girls trying to fill some spots from last year. Of course, it was the Lennox Dupree show a season ago, trying to fill some of those shoes. We saw some of that last night with some good offense from Jordan Kirky. She got a big 3 to keep the Governors in it in the early going, although the Stevens defense locked down and was able to kind of shut down some of that offense. We didn't see much of Emery Larson last night. There was a big key on Larson defensively for the Raiders last evening. We got to talk to head coach Kirk Bebout about what he wants to see from his offense today, and we'll get into some of that more as we get deeper and deeper into our Bank West pregame show. Well, the weather was sour last night. It snowed for a majority of the evening into the early hours, but we woke up to some sunshine, but still some dangerous conditions out there for driving. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you to slow the drive, arrive alive. It starts with you. You've got some place to be, and hopefully that place today is here at Riggs High Gym. As again, we're finishing up the fourth quarter here with 5:45 to go. Pierre Governor's girls freshman team trailing 32-30 here in the fourth quarter. And then they'll have the 15-minute warm-up period once they conclude this game here. As we dive deeper into our Bank West pregame show. We remind you that the Pierre Governor girls have some more action coming up before the Christmas break moratorium, as we will take a look at both schedules on the other side of this break. When we come back in 3 minutes, we look ahead down the stretch before both teams get into their Christmas break moratorium, wrap up the month of December, and get into the bulk of their schedule come early January. We'll be back with more from the Bank West pregame show on KGFX and streaming live on drgnews.com.
There when you need them the most. Bank West insurance agents Sam Kenneke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports, from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games, and when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
Wrapping up the sophomore game ahead of the varsity matchup here between the Pierre Governors and Rapid City Central. Hello, everybody. Justin Cowart welcoming you back to Riggs High Gym on a cold Saturday afternoon, but the sun is out, and we're happy to see that. About 10 degrees outside when we showed up this afternoon, but that did not stop a good crowd from coming out there. Governor Green, good folks, and contingent of Cobbler fans have made their way from Rapid City. Just to give you a quick update on the sophomore matchup here, it's 38-34, Rapid City Central with the lead late in the fourth period, 2:49 to play. And Rapid City Central is at the line for free throws right now. And they've got a young girl by the name of Shayla Ferguson who's just been heaving threes, making some big shots for Rapid City Central. But the Pierre Governors have kept this one close. They've stayed in it. We've had some good matchups all afternoon, and hope we get that same kind of action here in the varsity game here getting underway in about 20 minutes or so. As we take a look ahead at the upcoming schedule for both of these teams, we'll start with Rapid City Central. Of course, you know how the scheduling works. Couple games here in early to mid-December, and then they hit the Christmas break moratorium before coming back for a bulk of their schedule in early January. As we mentioned, the Pierre Governor girls fell last night night to Rapid City Stevens here at home. 59-27 was the final score. They'll take on Rapid City Central today before going on the road for 2 more games before hitting that Christmas break. They will take on Sturgis Brown on the 19th. That'll be a 7 o'clock tip. On the 20th, the very next day, they'll take on Spearfish for an afternoon bout at 2 p.m. We'll have both of those games on KGFX. That'll be the last one for the year of 2025 for the Pierre Governor girls. They'll be back shortly after New Year's Day, taking on Bismarck on January 3rd. That'll be at home at 3 p.m. They've got 2 more home games after that Bismarck matchup, one on January 8th against Harrisburg at 7 p.m., followed up by a game on the 10th against Sioux Falls, Washington. Another long break for the Pierre Governors after that January 10th game with Washington. They'll be on the road for 3 straight starting on January 20th. They will go to Douglas for a 7 o'clock tip, stay on the road with Brandon Valley for another 7 o'clock tip on the 22nd of January, and then wrap it up that road trip against Aberdeen Central on January 27th. Their final game in January will be against O'Gorman on the 30th at 7 p.m. Over to Rapid City Central's upcoming schedule. Of course, here today with the Pierre Governors, they stay on the road for 2 more with Huron and Mitchell. They'll take on Huron on the 19th and Mitchell on the 20th, and then they too will be off for the Christmas break before taking on the mighty Rapid City Stevens Raiders on January 2nd. Then they've got a long stretch of road games. Listen to this. On the road against Sturgis on the 6th, on the road against Sioux Falls Lincoln on the 9th, on the road against Roosevelt on the 10th, on the road against Brookings on the 23rd, on the road against Watertown on the 24th. They will come home to take Spearfish on the 29th, but then go back on the road to take on Rapid City Stevens. Of course, that's a short trip for the Cobblers, but that stretch against Sioux Falls Lincoln, Sioux Falls Roosevelt on January 9th and 10th, and that is, let's count them up, 5 games on the road in a row for the Rapid City Central Cobblers. A tough stretch of the schedule, to say the least. It'll be interesting to see how they handle that. Well, let's quickly take a look back at last night's game and just kind of pick apart what happened for the Pierre Governor girls. We got into this game. It was a defensive battle all the way through. If I remember correctly, it was around 6-3 at the end of the first quarter. There's both teams just trading steals, good defense, long shot clocks, and the Pierre Governors were hanging tough. It was a 3-point play that turned into a 4-point play for guard Finley Love late in the second quarter when she was fouled making the 3-point shot. She would head to the line, complete the 4-point play, and that stretched out the lead for the Raiders from 6 to 10. Once it got into double digits, Rapid City Stevens felt like they got in a groove. They didn't let Emery Larson get going. The trap defense was outstanding from Stevens last night. They were swarming. They were all over the basketball. Didn't give the Pierre Governor girls much room to breathe. Governors found some late offense and switched up the defense a little bit, starting to press the Raiders. Of course, it was a little bit too little too late for the Govs, as the Raiders had built up quite a lead. But the Governor girls did find some offense off the bench last night. Alex Ludeman came in and hit a couple big shots for the Govs, including a nice 3-pointer that got the home crowd up and cheering. Ellen Hart played a good game, running point for a majority of the evening. There was a couple blemishes that the Pierre Governors were hoped to clean up here today. They had a couple 5-second violations trying to get the ball inbounded, including a 10-second violation trying to get the ball up past half court. It's those little things that Kirk Beebout is trying to work on and get his team to get away from. It's those free possessions that let teams build up those big leads, and against a good team like Rapid City Stevens, you cannot do that. You cannot afford them free possessions when they really don't earn them. It was a slew of steals late in the second half where the Rapid City Stevens Raiders defense was just hounding Hallie Peterson, was getting in the way of a lot of passes, but the Governor girls did hang tough. They did keep fighting, as they always do, and that was one thing that made Kirk Beebout proud, which he told you about in our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. More to get to from our Bankwest pregame show. Quickly give you an update here on the sophomore game. 1:12 to play in the fourth quarter. The Governors are at the line shooting free throws. They do trail by 6. It is 40-34. And the Governor at the line shooting free throws just missed the first. It's Harper Schaefer and trying to cut it down to a 5-point deficit. Can't hit the second one, and the rebound is pulled down by the Cobblers. So about 70 seconds to go here in the sophomore game. We're going to step away for another break. When we come back, we'll get some more from our Bank West pregame show. Fill you in on what's coming up. We've got our Buff Nation keys to success to get to. We talked to head coach Kirk Bebout and head coach Ty Young for the Rapid City Central Cobblers. We'll introduce you to tonight's officials, introduce you to the starting lineups, and we'll get this second game of the season underway. You're listening to the Bank West pregame show live on KGFX ahead of the Pierre Governor Girls and the Rapid City Central Cobblers. Coming up next, also streaming on drgnews.com.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Justin Coward, Haley Hansen, and Brian Menning all on the crew today. Welcoming you back into the Bank West pregame show. A soft entrance. Hope you're huddled up on the couch, nice and warm on a single-digit day here in Pierre. Getting you set for some high school girls basketball action. You know, my Buffalo Bills have a big one tomorrow against the New England Patriots. Marv Levy, historic coach for the Buffalo Bills, used to always say, where else would you rather be than right here, right now in Riggs High Gym, getting set for some Saturday afternoon high school hoops. It's the Cobblers and the Governors, and really good sophomore game taking place right now. Final couple seconds, 4-point matchup. Governors trailing, but just got a steal on the inbound, unable to put it back for two. The Governor girls have kept this one close. JV game was taken by the Govs by a few points earlier today, a back-and-forth affair. in that one. 1.4 seconds remaining, 42-38 in the sophomore game, and the clock will strike zero, and the 15-minute clock begins for the varsity matchup between these two teams, both looking for their first win on the season. Very similar outcomes for the Pierre Governors and the Rapid City Central Cobblers girls teams last night. Cobblers on the road in Aberdeen lost to the Golden Eagles 53-32. And we talked about this long road stretch for the Cobblers that comes in the first part of January all the way towards the end of the month. But don't look away from the road start that they've got here. 4 straight games on the road. Of course, like I just mentioned, they started last night up in Aberdeen. They conclude this weekend schedule here today, and then on the 19th and the 20th next Friday and Saturday, they'll be on the road in Huron and Mitchell. And just to let you know, final score of that sophomore game, 42-38 in favor of the Cobblers. So some final words from the coaching staffs of either of these two sophomore squads before the varsity teams take the floor. Again, 53-32 was the loss to Aberdeen Central last night for the Cobblers. The final score for the Pierre Governor girls was 59-27 last night. So 2 similar losses, but 2 pretty evenly matched teams here today. You know, we talked, and we'll get to this in our Buff Nation Keys to Success here momentarily, but one thing that the Cobblers do boast is returning a lot of familiar names to this varsity roster this season. That continuity that you just can't seem to force is only found when teams are playing together, one, for a long time together, but 2, when you get to pile that up over a couple seasons, that's when things really get going. And so Taya Young loves what she sees out of her team. We talked to her a little bit before the game. We'll get, like I said, to more of this in our Keys to Success presented by Buff Nation. But she said things are coming along slowly but surely. Both teams have taken the floor. They're getting loosened up. Pierre Governors, if you're listening on KGFX, bench will be off to the right. Cobblers bench will be off to the left. If you're watching Brian Menning's great camera work on drgnews.com here tonight, the Governors bench will be on your left and the Cobblers will be on your right. All right, without further ado, I say it's time to get to our Buff Nation Keys to Success. Before we do that, let's hear a word from our great friends who sponsor our Keys to Success, our friends over at Buff Nation.
Buff Nation is proud to support and serve area athletics and the Stanley County Buffaloes this season. Buff Nation never stops giving back, and you can become a valued member today with memberships starting at $30. Membership fees include Buff Nation decals, discounted ticketing to events, free concession stand items, and so much more. If you are interested in becoming a member of Buff Nation, please contact Tate Gabriel at 605-222-5537.
Big thanks to Tate and our great friends over at Buff Nation for sponsoring our Keys to Success. As customary, we'll start with the visiting Rapid City Central Cobblers and Taya Young's team. Now, like I told you, this is a team that is still finding their way. Taya, very excited about what the season is to hold, but again, a team that plays in Double-A, you're not going to find any easy opponents across this classification. There are no penciled-in wins really throughout the entire schedule. So what they look for is some of these returning names. It is a roster that is filled out with juniors and seniors, a lot of upperclassmen presence. This is a defense that the Pierre Governors facing today will likely run a 2-3 set. Ty said when they did get into some man last night against Aberdeen Central is when they got into some trouble. So look to see a healthy dose of 2-3 defense out of Rapid City Central today. Now for the Governors, if they can get Rapid City Central in some man, that's when you might be able to see some screens be set and get Emery Larson some looks, something that the Governors were unable to do last night against a very potent Rapid City Stevens Raiders defense. For Rapid City Central, in terms of their other keys to success tonight, they have to protect the basketball, says Taya Young. They cannot afford to be giving free possessions away to the Pierre Governors and this offense. If they're going to be doing that, they have got to get their offense going. They've got to be able to keep up with a very potent offense on the other side for the Pierre Governors. So protecting the ball tonight is going to be key for the Rapid City Central Cobblers and Taya Young's team. And we'll get to her starting lineups and her starting five here in a moment. We got to talk to head coach Kirk Bebout for our Buff Nation Keys to Success. Here's what he had to say down on the floor before today's game. Here with head coach Kirk Bebout down on the floor before the game. Coach, quick turnaround after the loss to Rapid City Stevens, a very good team last night, but another great opportunity for your girls today, taking on a Rapid City Central team that also returns a lot of starters. How do you guys get the win today?
Oh, I mean, I think effort number one is coming up, like you said, the short turnaround. So you got to come ready to play and excited to play. Obviously, everyone's going to be a little fatigued after playing less than 24 hours ago. But so whoever's more excited and wants to be out here and have fun playing basketball usually has the advantage.
A name that has kind of come up recently, early this season, Jordan Kirky with some offense, and she got going early last night with an early three. Emery Larson, not as an explosive of a night. Of course, we're used to seeing her hit 9 threes a game. How do you get those two going offensively?
Yeah, I'm excited for Jordan to have some opportunities here. It's going to take some time. I mean, you don't just step into varsity action and things just magically happen. But, she's got a nice skill set. She can make plays for others. She can shoot it a little bit, and she's got a good handle. So, she's got a nice skill set for us, so we're excited to see her keep expanding on that. And then obviously, Emery's kind of our one starter back that has a lot of experience, and she's a gamer and competitor. And you're not going to find a better shooter anywhere. She already has our single season threes record. So obviously, we want to get her as many looks as possible, but everybody else knows that too. So I mean, Stevens didn't leave her, and they weren't going to leave her, and that's probably what Emery's going to see all year long. So. We got to find ways to be able to execute offensively, and that's kind of where we struggled last night with their some of their length and their speed kind of shocked us a little bit, which we kind of knew might happen. But finding ways to get Emery those looks so that she can get some shots up.
Best of luck, Coach. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Big thanks to head coach Kirk Bebout for spending a few minutes with us down on the floor before today's game, and he said it right there. Going to have to find some ways to generate looks for Emery Larson. Feels like this is a defense that they can do that today, so I do expect Emery to have a good night tonight, hitting some big shots, but we also want to see some more names like Jordan Kirky getting involved. We saw her hit that big three early in the game that was contested. Felt like every shot that Pierre took last night was contested. And quickly, just before we move on in our pregame show, going back to last night's a contest against Rapid City Stevens with Emery Larson and some of the shooting struggles she had. She had a hand in her face seemingly on every single shot she took. Her first three-pointer was contested and deflected, came up short as an air ball, and I think that kind of affected Emery Larson's confidence just a little bit. She knew she was going to have to be taking contested shots, knew nothing was going to come easy, and wasn't really able to get in a rhythm, and you can't tag Emery Larson with that. You can only credit the great defense from Rapid City Stevens. Now for Jordan Kirky, like we mentioned, we saw her get going a little bit last night, and when a lot of the focus is put on Emery Larson on the outside, Jordan Kirky feels like a player that you can get the basketball to, and she can make some plays. So look for her to have a good night tonight as well. We saw Molly Olson in the starting five last night. She has provided a lot of spunk to this team as she has come in, hit some big shots, but also played some great defense down low. It is very important that the Pierre Governors get some good rebounding here today on the offensive and defensive side of the boards. If you can get some good offensive rebounds, what that will do is draw in that Rapid City defense. You'll get bodies down in the paint. That'll leave you some open shots on the outside. So rebounding is going to be at a premium tonight. Well, I should have done this a while ago, but we wanted to thank all of our great sponsors, including Buff Nation, who sponsor our Keys to Success, the segment you just heard there. But we got a lot of folks to thank for making us broadcast possible here today at Bet Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Hag Ag, Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Bauman Lumber, Birding Electric, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, and Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi. We also want to give a big thanks to our friends at the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, as they sponsor our Law on the Court. They're the law in the office. Before we introduce you to today's officials, let's hear a word from our great friends at the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off or non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
And our officials today, the law on the court will be Mr. Lee Johnson, Dave Brown, and Mike Pooley. All-star group of officials here for today's Saturday afternoon matchup. And a reminder, the SDHSAA is always looking for more great officials. If you've ever thought about getting involved, now is the time. So go ahead and get yourself, I always say it, I feel like I say it every single pregame show, but if there was ever any state to get involved in officiating, I believe this is the place to do it. Everybody's just so nice. I come from Atlanta. We know that there's some raucous parents in the crowd that want to hassle the officials. Doesn't happen much here in South Dakota, so get yourself involved. And I know there's some officials that are out listening to this broadcast saying, well, I don't know about that, but the SDHSAA is always looking for more great officials, so get involved today. And again, big thanks to Lee, Dave, Mike, and the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection for being here today to officiate this afternoon's matchup. Good crowd has made their way out to Riggs High Gym. They are not staved off by the snow out on the roads. It's a little bit slick out there, but everybody made it safely, it seems. Pierre Governors are making their way on to the floor for some final warm-ups. And let's introduce you to today's starting five for both sides before we step away for the national anthem and all the festivities that take place down on the floor before the game. As customary, we'll start with the visiting team today, Rapid City Central. They're going to be led by Persea Parker, a junior guard. Coley Cruz will be another junior guard here today for the Cobblers. Chloe Shreve, one of the two seniors in the starting five, joined by Olivia Pierce, the other senior playing at the third guard position, and Leah Landry will be playing the second forward. Rapid City Central making their way out of the locker room for the final warm-ups here, so let's meet the Pierre Governors, who are out getting a couple mid-range jumpers going. It'll be Jasmine Yost, the Tasmanian Devil, as we like to call her. She's a senior guard. And a shooting forward, Molly Olson, also in the starting five today. Second straight day starting for Miss Olson. Emery Larson, of course, on the outside, going to be tasked with hitting some big threes here today. Jordan Kirky, the junior, who's getting her start and playing some valuable varsity minutes, trying to make her imprint on this team. And, of course, Mackenzie Flotmeyer, one of those unsung heroes in the starting five for the Pierre Governors. You know, we often talk about how the offensive line on the football field is kind of the unsung hero of the offense. Mackenzie Flotmeyer fits that role perfectly. While she's not built like an offensive lineman, she is kind of assumed that position. She gets a lot of rebounds, does a lot of work in the paint, and, for not a huge player physically, she plays with a heart the size of a lion. She gets down there, she's scrappy, and she doesn't light up the stat sheet, but what she does for her offense and defense, setting screens, pulling down big boards, and taking care of some of the bigger players down low is invaluable. They had to deal with Seyu Manutafa last night, an 8th grade Raider who just took up so much space with her physicality, her great footwork, and Mackenzie Flotmeyer was tasked with a lot of the defense on Seyu Manutafa and did a great job there, so we'll look for Mackenzie Flotmeyer to have equally as big of a day. Rapid City Stevens are in the road whites today. They've got Central straight across the chest in red, numerals directly underneath in red as well. They've got red trim around the jerseys down to the white shorts, and RC on either side of the shorts as well. Pierre Governors in the home blacks today, looking menacing as ever. Pierre arched across the chest in Governor green outlined in white, numerals in green outlined in white as well. Green trim around the jerseys and the shorts with a black stripe on either side of those black shorts to complete the kits of the Pierre Governor girls. Fans are on their feet as the Governor Fight song plays throughout Riggs High Gym. Last game of the weekend for the Pierre Governor girls. Of course, we remind you the Pierre Governor boys on this split doubleheader on the road, taking on the Cobblers later this afternoon. That one will get going in about 25 minutes on River 92.7 with Brian Oakland. Glad Brian made it out to Rapid City safely with the conditions that we had. And, of course, one more reminder, download the DRG News app. That way you can bounce around from game to game. Multiple broadcasts going on across our airwaves today, some of which will overlap. Mobridge Pollock at Sisseton for a boys and girls doubleheader today on Star 99 beginning at 3 o'clock and beginning at 3:30. Coverage of Miller Highmore Herald at Jones County doubleheader action. That'll be with Darren Boyle on KPLO. You're listening live to KGFX. This has been the Bankwest pregame show. We step away for the national anthem. When we come back, it's time for tip-off here on Saturday between the Pierre Governor girls and the Rapid City Central Cobblers. You're listening live on KGFX and streaming live on DRGnews.com. Back on the other side of this break with tip-off live on Saturday.
You're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pint Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pint Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if the market shifts? What if the margins on your farm keep getting tighter? Simplot Grower Solutions is here to help. Simplot Crop Advisors know South Dakota corn, soybean, wheat, and other crops like you do because they live and work here. So, even if the market shifts or the margins keep getting tighter, you'll have the insight and support to keep moving forward. Simplot Grower Solutions.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olsen, plenty of time, 3 seconds, gets to shoot, and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
Welcome back. As the starting lineups announced down on the floor, we welcome you back into Riggs High Gym. I'm Justin Coward on the camera tonight. If you're watching on drgnews.com, as Brian Menning, Haley Hansen back in the studios, keeping us up on air as the Cobblers get announced down on the hardwood. We remind you the starting five for both teams today. Number 2, Persea Parker. Number 3, Coley Cruz. Number 14, Chloe Shreve. Number 15, Leah Landry. And number 22, Olivia Pierce. For the Pierre Governors, Jasmine Yost, Emery Larson, Molly Olson, Jordan Kirky, and Mackenzie Flotmeyer. Of course, the Cobblers are led by Taya Young, and the Pierre Governors are led by Kirk Beebouts. A couple late substitutions, too, for the Rapid City Central Cobblers. They've got 2 homeschool students, Josephine and Olivia Pierce. Had to be added to the rosters late because of some paperwork. Everybody knows how much we love paperwork, but glad that they were able to get added and glad that they are able to get some playing time. As I would hate to not allow them to play because of some paperwork. Jasmine Yost gets announced. Molly Olson follows suit. Always love seeing the creative handshakes that these players come up with their team managers. Emery Larson, she pulls the bow and arrow, shoots one up into the crowd. Wonder if anybody caught that arrow up there. As Jordan Kirky, the 4th starter to be announced, and Mackenzie Flotmeyer rounds it out. As we mentioned, a lot of Governor Green in the building, good contingent of Rapid City Central fans. Tough trip to make. Cobblers actually stayed up in Aberdeen last night to make the trip a little bit easier. Most of that snow and ice accumulated between here and Rapid. So glad, one, that the Cobblers and the Raiders could make it here and home safely. And so all we can hope for Central, but also that Brian Oakland was able to get out to Rapid City, bringing the coverage of last night's Pierre Governors win and hopefully get them to 2-0 today. Size advantage certainly favors number 14, Chloe Shreve. She stands at 6'2", up against Mackenzie Flotmeyer, who stands at 5'6". Governors will be attacking from right to left on your radio dial. The tip is up, and we are underway. It will be won by the Cobblers. No surprise there, trying to feed it down low for Leah Landry. She steps on the baseline, and just like that, 5 seconds in, the Pierre Governors get a turnover. It's kind of a 2-for-1. First alternating possession will go the Governors' direction after the tip was won by Rapid City Central, but they did nothing with it. Molly Olson near side. They get a find. Emery Larson far side corner for 3. She leaves it way short, and that'll be brought down by Persea Parker. And Emery Larson with a long look on her face, maybe feeling some of those frustrations of some of the misses last night. A lot of shots looked like that. Of course, that was a very deep 3 for Emery Larson. Quick pass into Jordan Kirky. She's fouled on the putback, and she will head to the line here early. 7:36, the time of our first foul. That'll be Olivia Pierce tagged with the contact, and Jordan Kirky with some early free throws could give the Governors an early lead. Governors were perfect from the free throw line last night. A perfect 9 for 9. Looking to continue that here today. And Jordan Kirky keeps the streak going, making her first. Talk about Jordan Kirky, how exciting of a player she is as she puts the second free throw off the back iron. No good. Govs lead 1-0, bringing you scores off our Wegner Auto scoreboard. We talk about her like she's a freshman. She is a junior, but there was just so much offensive talent on the Pierre Governors starting 5 last year. Kirky only getting some playing time late in the season as she joined the team. As this one swung around the outside of the key, Jasmine Yost up top, swings it to her right for Emery Larson. Yost from the free throw line, kicks to the corner. Olson wants 3. Off the back iron, no good, but a beautiful bounce right to Jordan Kirky as she chases down the loose ball. Now Flotmeyer near side corner, dribbles, pinwheels, and kicks out to Yost. Yost trying to feed it inside, and a low percentage pass is picked off by the Cobblers, and Rapid City Central coming down the other way. Inside, beautiful feed to Landry. Landry finds Shreve, and Shreve puts it up for 2. She wins the size battle down low. That's going to be a matchup to watch all evening. Mackenzie Flotmeyer, as we mentioned, tasked with covering the tall Shreve as this pass is picked off. This time it's taken away by Parker. Parker trying to feed it inside for Shreve, and she barrels over Jasmine Yost. Yost, not the biggest player on the floor, but when she goes down, there's a lot of effort behind it. The 5'3" senior draws the foul. Second team foul for Rapid City Central here in the early going. 2-1, Governors now trail. Shreve with the lone 2 for the Cobblers. Here's an NBA range 3 from Larson. That one is true. Tell you what, after she missed her first 3 the way that she did, I had a hard time believing she wasn't going to knock down the second like she just did there. 4-2 Govs lead, nearly tied up as behind the offense got Coley Cruz, but she missed the point-blank jumper from along the baseline. Governors stay out in front. Larson with 3, Kirky with 1, Governors with 4, Schlieve with 2. Olsen wants 3 more, and that one's good from the far side corner. Molly Olsen has hit a 3. Emery Larson has hit a 3. And now we've got a whistle and another foul by Rapid City Central. 7-2, Governors out in front. Ellen Hart will check in for Mackenzie Flottmeyer, who takes a seat. Something we saw a lot of last night with Kirk Bebout. A lot of rotating off the bench, getting some fresh bodies in. One trying to keep up with that Raiders speed. And now it's working to the advantage for the Governors here against the Cobblers, leading 7-2. Hart picks up the dribble. Larson wants 3 more. Heat check from the top of the key, and she's on fire. Second 3 of the afternoon for Emery Larson. She's got 6, and the Governors hold an 8-point lead. 5:28 to play in the first quarter, 10-2. Pierre out in front. Sharp shooting. Cobblers trying to answer with a 3-pointer from Leah Landry. That's no good off the back iron, but rattles around long enough for Persea Parker to come down, crash the board, draw the foul. Jordan Kirky is the one who delivered the contact. Her first foul. Antonia Sakaros will check in. Doing the inbounding here is Coley Cruz. Along the baseline on the near side of the basket, off to our right. She will get it into Sakaros. Feeds it inside to Landry, who gives off to Shreve. Shreve trying to pound her way inside, and Kirky draws her second foul. So Shreve with 2 points will try to add 2 more here to the Cobblers total. Shreve with a high floating free throw. Banks off the left side of the iron. No good. Jordan Kirky with the 2 fouls will take a seat here with 5:14 to play in the first quarter. Checking in for her is Marina Bushbaum, the junior center. Also what that does for the Govs is give a little bit of a size matchup. Bushbaum stands at 5'10". That second free throw no good, but a strong rebound pulled in and put back by Leah Landry. I think that's what Bebout was putting Marina Bushbaum in for that very moment. Try to get a rebound on a miss. Here's another Larson 3. That one's off the mark as she was still moving in the act of shooting, but a foul down low on the rebound. Looks like they might get Shreve on the Marina Bushbaum rebound, and it is Shreve. Excuse me, that's actually Leah Landry who got the foul, so that's her first. Third team foul here in the first quarter with 4:57 to play for the Cobblers. Ellen Hart to do the inbounding underneath her own basket, looking, cutting. Olsen in and out of her hands, and it's taken away by Emma Casey. Casey up the near sideline, blows past Olsen, tries to blow past Bushbaum, and Bushbaum sticks the leg out. And a blocking foul is called. Both teams now with 3 team fouls. Quick whistle last night from our officiating crew. Set the tone early. Nice move along the baseline, going around Jasmine Yost to the inside and off the backboard and in is Coley Cruz. Makes it 10-6. Governors still out in front, but the Cobblers finding a little bit of a rhythm on both sides of the basketball. Larson from the near side wing dribbles, kicks it up top for Bushbaum, who hands off to Olsen. Beautiful feed to Bushbaum, cutting. Bushbaum is fouled underneath, and that's Chloe Shreve. No, that one was her. She was the only one in the area. Now Shreve has drawn her second foul. That is a huge component here this afternoon for the Pierre Governors. If they can get 6'2" Chloe Shreve in some foul danger, get her to the bench, keep that size out of the mix for as long as possible, and right on cue, Persea Parker will check in for Chloe Shreve. So she hits the bench with 2 points, 2 fouls. Bushbaum hit the first free throw. Can she make the second? She leaves that one short. Rebound strongly played by Molly Olsen. She can't get the putback to go. Not the right touch. And now a foul underneath. So the fouls are piling up, both teams with 4. Really good rebound there by Molly Olson down underneath in the midst of 3 white Cobbler jerseys. This time Leah Landry runs right into the middle of a triple team, and now we've got an alternating possession called on the floor. Good active hands by Ellen Hart, and Molly Olson draw the turnover, and after the Cobblers won the tip and gave it away 5 seconds in, Governors finally get the benefit of that 2-for-1. That was our first alternating possession of the afternoon, which is a little bit shocking. Emma Larson has escaped, finds herself open for 3 and knocks it down. Emery Larson with 9 points, 3 threes. Extends the lead back out to 8. Now Marina Bushbaum couldn't control the momentum down underneath the hoop. Long pass ahead to Emma Casey, and she was bumped at the hip. That'll put the Governors with 5 team fouls. Rapid City Central now in the bonus in this first quarter with 3:55 to go. Emma Casey can't hit the first. Rapid City Central now 0 for 3 from the line. High arching free throw is short. 0 for 4 now, and a tie-up. Good hands by Coley Cruz after Marita Bushbaum pulled down the rebound. And Central and Cruz win the possession back. Cruz will do the inbounding here. Floats one up top for Persea Parker. Parker trying to kick it out to Leah Landry. Active hands from Olsen. Knocks it away for the moment. Controlled by the Cobblers. Still loose along the baseline. Now underneath and tied up. Just barely streaking free, but traveling in the process is Antonia Sequeiros, and it's another Cobbler turnover. So the Govs, one of their calling cards is that active hands and swarming defense. Don't let your opponent breathe, and they've generated another turnover off of it. Marina Bushbaum finds herself open. Outside to Ellen Hart, who feeds it into the far side block for Olsen. Olsen faking left. Going right, misses it off the backboard. Picked up by Landry. Landry charging forward. Landry kicks to the corner. Now swung to the top for Sequeiros. And Sequeiros, on the second straight possession, has drawn her second straight travel. Olivia Pierce has checked in for Antonia Sequeiros, who's got both hands on her face. Understandably so. Tough position to be in. 2 travels. Some more good defense by the Governors, forcing those. Bushbaum here on the near side wing. Cross-court pass picked off by Hart. Hart has a lane in off the glass for 2. Ellen Hart knifes down the lane on the far side edge. Cuts her way in, and an easy layup for Ellen Hart. And on the back end, Emery Larson jars the dribble free. It's taken back by the Cobblers, and Emma Casey. Casey driving out of control. Can't hit the shot. Jasmine Yost pulls down the board. Molly Olsen with a quick chest pass ahead. Larson picks up the dribble. Heaves a 3. Just short. 2:40 to play. Governor still leading 16-6 is our Wegner auto score. And we've got a foul down low as Emery Larson looks up from her back at the official, only to find out that she's been called for the contact, and Central will come down the floor. That is just Emery Larson's first foul. Don't often have to worry about her getting into the 4 or 5 foul range. She's got 9 points, leading both teams in scoring. See if Leah Landry can shake off this bad start from the charity stripe. She knocks down the first free throw. It's the first made free throw of the afternoon for the Cobblers. I sounded very Midwestern on my announcement of the Rapid City Central mascot. Second free throw, no good for Leah Landry. Rebound pulled down by Bushbaum. Ellen Hart dribbling with the left across midcourt, picks up and swings to Bushbaum, and Bushbaum moved the pivot foot. The whole crowd saw it on the far side. You could almost see the collective hands go up of the ooh, she walks. Tough position for Marina Bushbaum to be. She's so comfortable down in the paint. To have her outside the arc, not running point, but making a decision on the offensive setup is not exactly where she wants to be. Great players, Marina Bushbaum, but you got to put her in the opportunities where she feels most comfortable. Another travel is called. This time it's Olivia Pierce. And we've had 4 travels in the last 40 seconds. as Kirk Bebout has to scoot out of the way. He was standing right in front of his inbounder, Jasmine Yost. 16-7 the score here with 2:16 to play in the first quarter. Governors out in front, looking for their first win in this early campaign of 25-26. Molly Olsen with the handoff, dribbling off to the right, fakes the pass out to Larson, now pinwheels in the far side corner. Picks up the dribble, looking for an outlet, far side wing. Bushbaum has it, no dribble, pass over to Yost at the top of the key. 16 on the shot clock. Larson tries to scoot her way free from a defender. Able to get it off the Bushbaum. He gives it back to Yost. Under 10 on the shot clock. Yost driving, tripped up into the knees of Olivia Pierce, but the foul is called. And that'll be called on Persea Parker. Both teams in the bonus with 1:46 to play. Jasmine Yost will head to the free throw line. Governors 2 for 4. And make it 2 for 5 as Yost rattles out the first. Matea McCauley will check in for the Cobblers. Helen Hart, Emery Larson, Jasmine Yost, Marina Bushbaum, and Molly Olsen, the 5 on the floor for the Govs. Second free throw is no good. 0 for 2 in that trip is Jasmine Yost, and Molly Olsen will get whistled for a reach-in foul. And those are not the fouls that I think Kirk Bebout wants to see when both teams in the bonus. Bit of a cheap foul with really no danger as the ball was on the defensive side of the floor for the Govs. Leah Landry, 1 of 2 in her last trip, knocks down the first. Central 2 of 5 tonight from the line. And I understand I keep saying tonight. It's 1:30 in the afternoon, but it feels like a night game with a good crowd on hand. Two good teams battling it out. Landry misses the second free throw. And another tie-up and a whistle, alternating possession in favor of the Cobblers. Good offensive start for the Pierre Governors. Molly Olsen's hit a 3. Emery Larson's hit 3 threes, and the Governors lead 16-8. Leah Landry and the Cobblers trying to cut in. Jump stop in the lane. No good off the back iron. Rebound pulled in by Jasmine Yost. Still in Hart. Running point. Looking for Larson off to her right. Still dribbling. Now off to her left. Coming near side. And active hands and a great steal from Coley Cruz. Can she finish? She trips in the lane, but there to clean up the rebound is Josephine Pierce. And Kirk Bebout wants to take an Agtegra timeout. Didn't like the transition defense off the steal. And he's going to talk it over with his team. It's a 60-second break. It's a 6-point lead for the Govs. We'll be back in 60 after this Agtegra break on KGFX.
At First Plaza, my great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre.
Back to the Owyhee Federal
1:17 to play here in the first quarter, and a turnover to start out of our Agtegra break, which reminds you that Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Justin Cowart reminding you it's 16-10 Governors lead with 1:09 to play in the first period. Cobblers and Leah Landry on the push here. Driving baseline is Landry. Strong contact down low, and they're going to count the basket and the foul. So Marina Bushbaum gets called for the contact. That's her third foul of the ball game. I'm sure that 61 seconds left. Kirk Bebout's got it in the back of his mind, but nobody headed to the scorer's table. Leah Landry for the free throw. Looks like they counted the basket, but the shot did not go in. So it'll be Leah Landry for 2 free throws. She knocks down the first. Third made free throw of the day for Rapid City Central. 3 of 7 from the line, make it 3 of 8 as she clanks the second. Jasmine Yost sprinting down the floor, gives it off to an open Bryn Stoser, who thought about 3 for the moment on the near side wing. Wants to get her offense more involved. Olsen has it here on the near side wing. Again, the Governors attacking right to left on your radio dial. Beautiful feed inside from Stoser to Bushbaum, who finishes the 2. Great pick and roll put together by the Govs. They extend the lead out to 7, 18-11 on the Wegner Auto scoreboard. 30 seconds to play. A 1-second difference in shot clock and game clock. Stretching up in the air, stealing it away is Olsen, and the Govs are on the run again. Beautiful steal from Molly Olsen, one of the very key players in the starting 5 for the Pierre Governors. Another one of those unsung heroes that we talked about much in the same vein as Marina Bushbaum and Mackenzie Flottmeyer. Olsen, who's got a 3, wanted another one, now picks up the dribble. 2 on the game clock, got to get a shot, out of control, blocked by Landry, and that's the way the first period will end. Action-packed first quarter here from Riggs High Gym. 18-11, the Governors lead after 1 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. We'll be back in 60 seconds with second quarter action on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Your hometown shop specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at GrahamTire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Buying or selling a home is a big decision. You need an expert who knows the market and gets results. Scott Darnall at Lee Real Estate in Pierre brings experience, local knowledge, and a no-nonsense approach to help you navigate every step. Whether you're looking for the perfect home or the best offer, Scott is committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Ready to make your next move? Call Scott Darnall at 605-220-2676. Lee Real Estate, Meredith Lee, broker, owner.
Lucky for us.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Going here on a Saturday afternoon in Pierre. The Governors lead 18-11 at the start of the second quarter. Hello, everybody. I'm Justin Coward. Hope you are having a fantastic Saturday. Couldn't thank you enough for spending it with us here on KGFX. A lot of action going on across the state today. A lot of action going on in FCS playoff football. Your South Dakota Coyotes in the quarterfinals taking on Montana. That game will get underway in less than 60 minutes. If we do have the pleasure of still being on the air, we'll have to bring you an early score update, hopefully with the Coyotes out in front. Meanwhile, on the hardwood, Molly Olsen with a quick inbound to get our second quarter underway. Brent Stoser will find it to Jordan Kirky on the near side wing, who sat a little bit for the foul trouble. Quick shot by Jasmine Yost inside the arc is no good. Rebound pulled down by Leah Landry. Quick pass up the head to Coley Cruz. Cruz draws the foul. And they will get Emery Larson with her second. Thought that might have been in the act of shooting, but they'll say it occurred on the floor, so the Cobblers will inbound here trailing by 7. Cruz, who just drew the foul, gets it in quickly to Persea Parker, who finds Landry underneath. Landry with a left hand can't get the putback to go in the lane, but she draws the contact. Faith Baumberger, this time newly checked in Governor, who draws the foul. Leah Landry has been to the line quite a bit thus far tonight. This is the first free throw. Been a running theme for the Cobblers, going 1 of 2 from the line tonight. It's been the case for Leah Landry, except for her first trip, and when she went 0 for 2. Cobblers are 3 of 9 shooting free throws here today. She does knock down the second. Good rotation on the second one. Gets it to fall. 18-12 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. Brent Stoser brings it across midcourt. Quick feed into Baumberger on the near side elbow. Beautiful cut and go. And a beautiful pass from Stoser to Baumberger, who cut across the lane, got to the far side block, and found herself wide open for the 2. Great assist from Bryn Stoser, great finish from Baumberger. Back on the other end, it's Chloe Shreve with the answer. She turns around on the near side block. Another player that had to sit with some foul trouble. She's got 2 fouls, but she's got 2 more points, and it's back to a 6-point deficit. Larson trying to stretch it out. 3 is no good. That bounces out of bounds. Another errant shot from Emery Larson. Just trying to get in her groove, get in her rhythm. Lee Cruz, guarded by Jasmine Yost on the inbound, will get it into Landry. Pierre Governor's trying to throw a soft full-court press at them, and the Cobblers beat it beautifully as cutting to the rim as Olivia Pierce got the pass from Landry and finished it with a strong left hand. 4-point ball game, 6:50 to go in the first half. Brent Stoser shaking Coley Cruz, driving down the lane with the left hand, gets it off to Kirky, but it's deflected into the waiting hands of Persea Parker. Parker dribbling across midcourt. Off to Cruz, who swings it far side for Pierce. Pierce back up top, finds Persea Parker. Parker feeds Shreve down low. Shreve knifes through 2 defenders, can't get the finish. Kirky gets the loose ball, passed up to Larson. Larson picks up the dribble, looking for an outlet, and she throws it out of bounds, intended for Bryn Stoser. Helter Skelter, 60 seconds there for both sides of the basketball. Alan Hart will check back in for Brent Stoser, who offers some good minutes to head coach Kirk Bebouts. Rapid City Central just slowly chipping away this lead. A 3-point attempt is no good. Molly Olson tiptoeing and tight roping the baseline, stays in bounds, gets it up to Yost, who's out and running. Swings over to Larson, but off the foot after it was deflected away by Persea Parker. Tell you, the Governors are trying to run quick, trying to beat the Central transition defense down the floor. But they're almost maybe playing a little bit too quick, as Olsen won't get it into Ellen Hart. It creates a little separation from Coley Cruz. Now Larson on the near side wing. Heaves a 3, no good. Ellen Hart rising up for the rebound, deflects it towards Jordan Kirky. They get it away. Larson again for 3 from the same spot. Got whacked on the arm, but no foul. Passed up ahead to a streaking Landry. Landry, left hand. It's good. 2-point ball game. 20-18. Governors lead, but the Cobblers are coming back. 5:35 to go here in the first half. An action-packed first 2 quarters unfolding here on KGFX's Kirky drives and gets slapped across the arm. And if that's Chloe Shreve, that's her 3rd. It is. Shreve can't believe it. More foul trouble coming for the Cobblers. 4 points and 3 fouls for Chloe Shreve, and she needs to be careful. Leah Landry will take a well-deserved breather as Emma Casey checks back in. Meanwhile, Ellen Hart to do the inbounding with 5:29 on the clock. They added 4 seconds. Larson gets the inbound, kicks over to a wide-open Ellen Hart. The pass was behind her. She had to track over to get it. That gave Emma Casey and Olivia Pierce some time to close in. But the ball was deflected out of play by the Cobblers. 29 seconds on the shot clock after the deflection. 5:23 now to play in the second quarter. Now Chloe Shreve will take a seat. Inbounded to Ellen Hart. Hart dribbles off to her left. Again, Govs attacking from right to left on your radio dial. Another reach and foul. This time they get Olivia Pierce. So fouls starting to pile up on both sides as Ellen Hart gets the inbound. Quickly off to Kirky on the far side wing. Kirky spinning in the lane, out of control, behind her head, and it's out of bounds and off Jasmine Yost. Beautiful move to get down into the lane, spinning off the far side block. Right in front of the hoop was Jordan Kirky. She lost control of the ball at the last minute, just did what she could to try to get a shot up, missed all of the rim. And Jasmine Yost's attempt to try to save it was deflected out of play. Long pass down to the far side baseline for the Cobblers. Corralled by Olivia Pierce, fed inside and kicked back. Driving the lane is Emma Casey. She goes up for the layup and is whacked in the process, and she will head to the line for 2 free throws. Jasmine, also so lovingly referred to as Tasman Yost, gets the foul. That's her first of the evening. Tell you, as this one bounces off the back of the rim, hits off the front, plays off the glass, and falls in on the first free throw for Casey. And the second one is off the mark. Coley Cruz tried to chase it down, but her left foot was on the baseline. And back to my point before, I think Jasmine Yost getting her first foul with under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Well, it's not really exactly in the Jasmine Yost game plan. This one's fed down low. Molly Olson fighting with Persea Parker for the loose ball. And I only say that about Miss Jasmine Yost because she is always in the mix. One of the most physical players that you'll find. One of those players that every team needs. This loose ball kicks out to Miss Yost, and they need her for three there, and she comes in clutch. Big three for the Governors. Jasmine Yost's first points of the game extend the lead back out to 4 for the Governors. Coley Cruz driving baseline. Cross-court kick to the near side corner. Casey kicks up top to the near side wing. A three is no good for the Cobblers. Loose ball brought in by Yost, and an offensive foul against Central will go against Parker. Man, I'll tell you what, back to that Jasmine Yost three. She does everything that the Governors need her to do. Whether that play as an undersized player against a taller opponent, whether that's supply good defense or knock down a big shot like she just did, Jasmine Yost is such a key player for the Govs, continuing to produce. Ellen Hart picks up the dribble on the far side wing, got plenty of time on the shot clock, but she gets it off to Jasmine Yost. Yost is fouled as she dribbles off to her right in front of the student section, which has dwindled a bit from last night. Great crew on hand, but of course, a lot of other Pierre Governor sports going on this afternoon. A couple of those students may have made their way out to Rapid City for the boys' game today. But right in front of that whiteout student section is Molly Olson, who inbounds it. Emery Larson gets the pick, pulls the three off the mark, and Leah Landry doing a nice job staving off any possible rebound attempt by Morena Bushbaum. Quick score update, still 23-19 with 3:55 to play here in the first half. Leah Landry dribbling, trying to shake free from Molly Olson. Olson scoots around a pick, and a nice job by Jasmine Yost. Who else? Deflecting that away and generating a steal. Larson wants three. Far side wing, it's buckets. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Emery Larson on her fourth three of the game, and Taya Young wants timeout. Governors back out in front by 7. Standing ovation as the Govs make their way to the bench for this Agtegra timeout. We'll be in 60-second break. When we come back, more second quarter action from Riggs High Gym.
Choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing. Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
Well, isn't it a perfect day to just get nice and plump on some hot chocolate, listen to some high school hoops, and if that's what you're doing, you got life pretty well figured out. Welcome back, folks. Justin Cowart here on KGFX with a good one going between the Pierre Governor girls and the Rapid City Central Cobblers. Governors lead 26-19. Leah Landry is called for the foul. That foul is offensive as Jasmine Yost draws it, gets it up, shakes it off. And Jasmine Yost getting fitted for a Player of the Game t-shirt sponsored by Bauman Lumber. Man, what has she provided today? Only 3 points, 2 fouls, but she's drawn a foul, generated some steals, and has just been everywhere for the Governors as this pass is picked off by Leah Landry. After the Cobblers' offensive foul, they get it right back. 26-19, 3 minutes to play. 3 on the way, and it's bottoms for Olivia Pierce. Back to a 4-point game. Ellen Hart across midcourt, dribbling with the left, off to Bushbaum. Bushbaum on the far side wing, goes around Landry. Landry fouls on a strong follow-through, and Bushbaum is grabbing at her nose. That contact was vicious. And now we really got to hope only the best for Bushbaum. She is definitely feeling the pain. Bushbaum drove around her right side of the basket, going down the far side lane, and if you're listening on the radio, it's from your right to left as she attacked. She was able to get around the outside of Leah Landry, beat Landry to the edge. Landry tried to make up for it and swat the shot from behind, but in the process, her right arm came down over the top of the head of Bushbaum, made contact strongly with the nose. And Bushbaum is now over talking to our great Avera medical staff. And now Bushbaum is going to take a seat on the bench. And I think that's the right move. Of course, anytime you have contact with the head area, and of course, nothing of ill intent from Leah Landry. She was just trying to make a play from the backside. Such a tough area to make a block from. No malicious intent on that one, but anytime an arm makes contact with the head area, you're going to want to have the utmost conscious, or, well, the utmost, well, you know what I'm trying to say. Here's the Jordan Kirky free throw. She knocks it down and makes it 27-22. Quick turnaround for the girls, quick turnaround for the broadcast crew, folks. We'll get in the swing of things. 2:50 to play, 27-22. Kirky is good for both. 50% from the line tonight are the Governors as they try to trap the Cobblers down low. Cobblers are able to escape. And Tanaya Sequeiros able to kick to the corner. Thought that was a double dribble, but it was a giveaway instead. Ellen Hart with the steal. Governors charge down. Kick out to Larson. Near side wing three. Rattles in and out. No good. Emery Larson has made 4 threes tonight. She has attempted 9 by my count. Pretty good percentage shooting, under 50%, but right around that 40 mark is Emery Larson. You'll take that. And, of course, she is one of those that Kirk Bebout will say, you shoot anytime you feel like you have a look. And the Governors are going to get another opportunity here as Cole Lee Cruz throws it away over the head of Josephine Pierce. So the press by the Governors' defense starting to pay off. They're generating some turnovers, as they just did. Molly Olson will inbound. Ellen Hart trying to take some of the pressure off of Emery Larson. Feeds it inside to the free throw line for Kirky. Bullet pass to Olson underneath, but she throws it off the bottom of the backboard. Tough angle, and the Cobblers are out running. Beautiful feed pass up ahead, finished by Antonia Sequeiros. And it's back to a 4-point game. 2 minutes to play in the half. 28-24, Governors out in front. Ellen Hart dribbling, guarded by Sequeiros. Dribbling now off to the right. Picks it up, feeds it to the top of the key for Larson. Larson dribbling to the left, spinning, driving the lane, and throws it off the back glass. No good. Rebound pulled down by Casey. Casey is hassled by Yost, and Yost draws the foul on the reach-in. Her second of the contest. Taya Young doing some teaching here to Emma Casey before she throws this one in, right in front of our scorers table, now being shifted a few more feet down in front of the Governor bench. Thrown into Cruz. Cruz, long cross-court pass, finds its way to McCauley. McCauley feeds it to Sequeiros. Sequeiros with the ball over her head to the far side corner. Emma Casey for 3. No good. A rebound pulled down by Kirky. Outlet pass to Larson. Larson slows things down and hands it back to Ellen Hart. Hart wants Larson to have it. Larson wants Yost to have it. Yost dribbles, kicks to Larson. This one from Prescio, and it's in! That shot traveled 2 time zones for Emery Larson. She was practically in the stands when she released it, but it's good for her 5th 3 of the day. 15 points for Larson and a 31-24 lead with 1 minute to play, and Taya Young wants a timeout. What a stretch here for the Pierre Governors, mainly by Emery Larson, who has knocked down a couple big threes in this second quarter, including that last one to make it a 7-point ball game. She has no conscience. She is a sniper, and she's got a big smile and eyes locked on Kirk Bebout. 15 points for Emery Larson tonight. And she is just putting everything into these threes. And, of course, this timeout is sponsored by AgTegra. And we remind you that acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local AgTegra cooperative today. So Ty Young took the timeout. 1:04 to play here in the second quarter. Thanks to some keen shooting by Emery Larson and the Governors, they've been able to stave off some momentous pushes by the Cobblers. 1:04 to play. And Coley Cruz will get it in to Josephine Pierce. Pierce back to Cruz. Cruz thought about three, but good coverage there by Molly Olson. The pass deflected by Ellen Hart. Sends the Cobblers into the backcourt. Quick three as they make their way back across. Josephine Pierce knocks it down. Great answer from the Cobblers. They'll make it a 4-point contest again now with 43 seconds to play. Ellen Hart swings it to Olson. Olson, top of the key for Kirky. Kirky, far side wing for Hart. Back to Larson. Three for Larson. Off the mark. This place was ready to explode. Strong rebound by Kirky. She turns the corner and lays it in with the right hand. Great court awareness by Jordan Kirky, who was on a undersized Atea McCauley underneath the hoop. Just awesome presence for Jordan Kirky to turn around the defender and lay it up with the right. Jasmine Yost drawing her third foul on the trip down the floor for the Governors. So a late foul with 23 seconds left will send Josephine Pierce to the line for 2 free throws. She misses the first after hitting that big three. Now can only cut it down to a 5-point game. This free throw almost touches the rafters as it falls in through. 33-28. Governors can take the last shot if they want it. 20 seconds to play. Shot clock shut off. Reach and foul on a close play from Antonia Sequeros. Got her hand in the cookie jar, and that will send the Governors to the line for 3 free throws as both teams are in the bonus. Quiet night for Ellen Hart, just 2 points. She can double that here. Knocks down the first free throw. Another net. Stay around for the CHS River Plains halftime show. Early action here today, but we'll take a look at the schedule from some other games going on around the state. It's set for the second half of play here, Ellen Hart. And hit the second free throw, goes 1 of 2 from the line. Read down, pulled down by Coley Cruz. Cruz striving coast to coast, can't get it. Strong rebound by Mackenzie Flotmeyer, shaking and swatting away defenders. 5 seconds to play. Larson looking for the final shot. Trying to kick it out, puts it up off balance, off the glass, no good, but the Governors take a 6-point lead into the halftime break. 34-28 as we head to the CHS River Plains halftime show. We'll be back with more scores from around the state, some first half recap, and get you set for the second half here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. You've been listening to some high school basketball coverage live on KGFX and DRGnews.com. We'll be back in 3 minutes with the CHS River Plains halftime show.
Provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
At Iverson Auto, our legacy is your trust. Whether you're in Mitchell or in Huron, we embody the values that have defined us for generations. We have been your partner on the road since 1948.
We bring decades of expertise to ensure your journey begins with confidence. Our goal is to turn your visit into a memorable experience, leaving you with a smile and peace of mind.
Iverson Auto of Mitchell and Huron are here to make your car buying experience smooth and enjoyable every step of the way.
Visit us online at iversonauto.com.
At Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Generational success means different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Hey, Josie.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Welcome into the CHS River Plains halftime show. Hello, everybody. I'm Justin Cowart. A little bit of Mr. Brightside playing in the background. My good buddy Josh Bauer and I talking about some Bills football. They got the Patriots tomorrow, big Sunday, and talked about it earlier. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Don't forget, we've got Vikings football tomorrow night on KPLO and KMLO. For some primetime action on Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys. Coverage begins at 6:30, and hopefully for me and Josh's sake, coming after a big Bills win. Good one going here. The Pierre Governor girls lead 34-28 at the halftime break. Before we dive into some first half stats, let's take a look around the state. As Aberdeen Central leads Rapid City Stevens 28-21. And a good matchup there. That one at the half as well. Also later today, O'Gorman takes on Sioux Falls Roosevelt. O'Gorman at 0-1 on the season. They fell to Brandon Valley 2 days ago, 54-63. So some good contests, some good talent going on between those two teams. Douglas will take on Rapid City Christian tonight at 6:30. Of course, the boys, Pierre Governors in a Rapid City Central matchup on River 92.7. That one should be tipping off here shortly. As Brian Oakland has the coverage live there, and we'll keep you updated on that score as it comes along. Again, a 34-28 lead here for the Govs at the halftime break. Other games from Double-A boys action today. Aberdeen Central and Rapid City Stevens will get going after the girls' game wraps up there at 2:30. Douglas and Rapid City Christian at 9 o'clock tonight. O'Gorman and Sioux Falls Roosevelt boys will play at 4:30. Well, let's take a look. I mean, this was the Emery Larson shooting show, but she wasn't the only Governor making an impact on this game in the first half. Emery Larson with 5 threes in the first half. She's got 15 points with 2 fouls, shooting the lights out and shooting from deep. She hit one free throw that was up in the midst of the student section. One three-pointer that was up in the midst of the student section. She was almost outside the gym in the parking lot where she took that shot. But as we mentioned, Kirk Bebout tells Emery Larson, when you get an open shot, you take it. But another name that has been playing very important and very crucial basketball today for the Pierre Governors, keeping them in this one and keeping them out in front, has been Jasmine Yost. She hit a big three when she was open. That's her only 3 points of the day. However, she has made some huge plays defensively, has been able to get in the way of some passes, force some turnovers, and also always playing physical as she has stepped up where the Governors have needed her. And if the Govs want to get their first win of the season as we look ahead to the second half, well, Rapid City Central is going to have to do something about Emery Larson. And you almost feel bad for the Cobblers because their defense has been playing well, but Larson is taking shots from spots where you don't think you need to guard her. That's how far out she's been taking some of these threes. So if you're the Pierre Governors, you got to keep getting Emery Larson some open looks. We heard Kirk Bebout talk about that in the pregame show. Got to find ways to get her open. The Governors have done just that, and they've got to continue to be dominant on the board underneath. Governors have done a nice job with some loose ball rebounding, but on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball, making sure you can either earn some more possessions or not give your opponent free possessions. That will be a key to get your first win of the year. We'll be back in 3 minutes with the start of the second half. You've been listening to the CHS River Plains Halftime Show on KGFX at drgnews.com.
I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in
Welcome back to the Owyhee
A little bit of TSO in the background. That's all facilitated by our great technical director back in the studio, Haley Hansen. If you're watching live on drgnews.com, to give a big tip of the cap to Brian Menning, I'm Justin Coward bringing you back live. 34-28, Pierre Governors lead out of the halftime break. It has been a great shooting afternoon for Emery Larson. She has hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, count them threes. And the Governors out to a 6-point lead. Jasmine Yost been playing strong off the ball as well. As it'll be the Pierre Governors' Molly Olson to inbound to start the second half. Olson will swing it into Jasmine Yost, who will stand on the midcourt logo. Emery Larson gets herself free. She fakes the three, drives down, and has that one deflected out of play. Jasmine Yost will inbound here for the Governors underneath her own basket. Finds Molly Olson amongst the trees. Emery Larson with a long two, knocks it down. We were curious how she'd feel on the opposite basket now as the Govs attack from left to right. Right at home is Emery Larson, her 17th points of the game. 36-28, Governors lead. Driving, floating, no good on the jumper for Coley Cruz. That one's off the mark. Out of bounds, will stay with the Cobblers. And I believe some of my family is listening. If you can let Grandma know, I'll call her back after the game concludes. We got a barn burner going, 36-28. Cobblers trailing, looking to cut into this deficit, and a loose ball foul will be called against Mackenzie Flottmeyer. Sure, my grandmother calling to get all the scoop on the South Dakota Coyotes FCS playoff game, which just got underway. We'll keep you updated on some scores there. Actually, no, that one's getting underway at 2:30. Army-Navy just got underway. Here's Shreve trying to feed it down low for Leah Landry. That put back will be blocked, but a foul is called. Chloe Shreve has the size advantage for the Cobblers, but Leah Landry plays with a physicality that almost makes her play taller than the 5'9" stat on her roster. She twirls and takes the first free throw and can't get the benefit of the bounce. Cobblers have not been great from the free throw line today, 5 of 13. As Landry rattles out the second, so 5 of 14. Jordan Kirky with the rebound. The long pass up ahead to Emery Larson, who's already got 2 points. Molly Olson pump fakes a 3 hard, steps inside, 10-foot jumper, no good, off the side iron. Rebound pulled down by Olivia Pierce. Cobblers trying to elude a soft push and press by the Governors. Coley Cruz can't get the first shot to go. Shreve with the rebound, can't get the putback to go, and Jordan Kirky there to claim the loose ball. 2v1, but Emery Larson walked. Governors had numbers. Kirky, the unselfish play, trying to get it into Larson. Larson just kind of bobbled as she carried. Cobblers almost walked. Couple of Governor faithful wanted the whistle there. Leah Landry with a soft floater just inside the free throw line. Gets it to drop in. Net hardly moved on the great touch from Landry. 36-30. Governors protecting a 6-point lead. Jasmine Yost on the near side wing. Beautifully drawn up play by Kirk Bebout. Finds Jordan Kirky, but she found herself with the ball underneath the rim. Had to traverse a little bit further and then had to take it away by Coley Cruz. Leah Landry trying to answer with a 3 on the opposite end. Can't hit. Larson with the rebound. Larson dribbling with the left. Coast to coast, kicks it out. Jasmine Yost steps into a 3. No good, off the side iron. Leah Landry there for the board. Still a 6-point lead for the Govs. Wide open in the side wing is Perea Parker. She can't hit the 3. Gets her own rebound. Somehow stayed off the baseline. Looked like her left foot was in contact with the paint, but Shreve was there. And Shreve was able to put it in for the 2, and a timeout taken by Kirk Bebout. It's a 60-second Agtegra break. We'll tell you what they have to say on the other end back in 1 minute on KGFX.
Hills Vacation Home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at dancingsky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health.
Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Out of the Agtegra timeout. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. We've got a good one going here. 5:45 to play in the third quarter. Governors lead 36-32 in this girls' basketball matchup on a Saturday afternoon. Molly Olson trying to feed it inside to Jordan Kirky. That's steered the other direction by Chloe Shreve and out of play. It'll stay with the Governors. 17 on the shot clock as Ellen Hart looks for an inbound. Finds an open Kirky underneath. She can't get the layup, but she gets the foul. And that'll luckily, for the Central Cobblers, go against number 2, Persea Parker. That is Parker's 4th foul, but I say that's good news because Chloe Shreve, not saying that Persea Parker's not an important player for the Cobblers, but they only have one Chloe Shreve as Kirky misses the first free throw. Shreve has got 3 fouls. Leah Landry has got 3 fouls. And now Persea Parker hits the bench with 4 fouls. Olivia Pierce has 2 for the Cobblers. Meanwhile, for the Governors, Jasmine Yost with 3. Molly Olson with 2 as Jordan Kirky goes 0-for-2 from the free throw line in that trip. Emery Larson has totaled 3 fouls as Shreve turns around in the lane, can't get the layup to go, or the mid-range jumper, I should say. Jordan Kirky there to claim the rebound. Jasmine Yost with a lane from the left side wing. Cross-court pass to Larson. Ellen Hart gets it for 3. Off the side, no good. And the rebound is pulled in, and a reach-in foul by Emery Larson will be her 4th. And this is a big development in this game. We just got finished telling you some of the foul trouble with the Pierre Governors. Well, it just got worse. Your leading scorer with 17 points, 5 threes, has to head to the bench with 4 fouls and 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Leah Landry driving, telegraphed the pass, and it was picked off by Kirky. Kirky drives, kicks out. Olson dribbles, steps back, corner 3, no good. Ball popcorning around, finally pulled down by Leah Landry. The Cobblers have numbers. Beautiful passing to Shreve, but good transition defense, but cannot stop a Shreve turnaround jumper for 2. And just like that, it's a 2-point game. Surge of momentum from the Cobblers has cut it to a 36-34 deficit. Governors trying to stretch the lead with a bucket. Reach and foul goes against Emma Casey. Just her first foul of the game. We'll bring you a score update from the FCS playoffs for all you football fans out there. When we get a moment to breathe as the ball is inbounded to Hart, quickly harassed by Coley Cruz. Jordan Kirky tried to pass, had it deflected right back to her, couldn't get the short jumper to go. Leah Landry driving down the floor, kicks to the corner for Shreve, who swings it to the near side corner for an Emma Casey 3. No good. Shreve was able to discard of Jordan Kirky, get the rebound, and with nobody to contend it, ties the game at 36. Shreve having a monster day, 10 points. Ellen Hart drives the baseline, a long floater, almost grazing the rafters, just drops in from the sky to give the Govs back the 2-point advantage. Pierce tries to thread a pass. Alex Ludeman picks it off, somehow saves it as she dives out of bounds. Jasmine Yost bumped as she crosses midcourt, no whistle. Feeds it off to Hart. Hart thought about 3, but had the 6'2" wingspan of Chloe Shreve in her direction of shot. So she just gives it off to Molly Olson, who hands it back to Jasmine Yost. Kirky at the top of the key with it now. Surveying with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hart drives to the free throw line. Not much offense generating without Emery Larson on the floor. Ludeman with 4 on the shot clock. Gives to Kirky. Kirky loses the dribble. Steps back. Heaves one at the buzzer. No good. Shot clock violation against the Governors. And Faith Bomberger will check in for an exhausted Jordan Kirky. That's a good substitution by Kirk Bebout. Kirky obviously feeling the effects of this long quarter draining out on her. However, when you take Kirky off the floor and you have Emery Larson on the bench with 4 fouls, where does your offense come from? That will be the question that has to be answered by the Governors here with 2:50 to play in the third period. Leah Landry on the near side wing, directing traffic. Has a pass almost picked off by Ellen Hart. Fed inside to Landry, kicks out to the corner for Shreve. Shreve drives, baseline, contorts, puts it up, no good, gets the rebound, lays it in for 2, and has a word for the official on her way up the floor. Back tied at 38. Olson, shimmy shake on the near side wing, now dribbles with the left. Backs into the lane, blocked by Shreve. Landry, instantly guarded by Yost as she makes her way up the floor. Josephine Pierce inside for Shreve. Shreve been getting everything that she wants down low. Can't hit this time, and the undersized Jasmine Yost somehow comes away with the board. Ellen Hart gets an open look at 3. She is fouled hard by Coley Cruz. Cruz can't believe the contact, but this will send a good free throw shooter in Ellen Hart to the line with a chance to give the Governors back the lead and do so with a possible 3-point trip. Govs have been good from the line. 5 of 9 tonight. Not their 9 for 9 like last night. And Ellen Hart hurts the percentage with a missed first free throw, but she'll get 2 more chances. Coley Cruz swapping positions with Antonia Sequeiros. Hart steps into the second, leaves it short, 0 for 2. Jasmine Yost will get a well-deserved breather as Mackenzie Flottmeyer steps back onto the floor for the Governors. The third free throw is no good. Ellen Hart goes 0 for 3. We stay tied. 1:57 here left in the third quarter. Knotted up at 38. They have been feeding Chloe Shreve, and why not? She can't get the first one to go, but is fouled by Ellen Hart on the floor. And they're doing whatever they can against Chloe Shreve, but they're getting in these one-on-one matchups, and she's got so much finesse with her footwork. And just long length. This time it's Landry in the paint with a shimmy, shake, spin to her right, and she lays it off the board. And for the first time in a long time, the Cobblers have the lead. This may be the first time all afternoon that the Cobblers have been out in front. Holly Olsen kicking to Bomberger at the top of the key. Governors now trailing by 2. Flottmeyer tries to find a cutting Ellen Hart, but it found a waiting Shreve. Up to Landry. Landry driving, spinning off of Bomberger. Tries to underhand it in, no good. Shreve there for the rebound. Kicks up to Cruz at the top, who drives down. Left-handed shot, no good, but she draws the contact. And will head to the line for 2. Seeing a couple of different things in effect. 1, Jordan Kirky getting a breather right now, but 2, Emery Larson having to stay on the bench as Coley Cruz misses the first free throw, the 10th missed free throw of the afternoon for the Cobblers. 5 of 15, make it 5 of 16. As Coley Cruz helps the Governors' cause, loose ball foul called underneath on Sequeiros. That's the 4th team foul of this quarter for the Cobblers. Mackenzie Flottmeyer, and now we got a whistle. As our official's going to come over and make sure everything's situated. They're calling for Shreve to check out of the game, try to steal some extra rest with the final 1:11 remaining of this third period. Again, Shreve with 3 fouls, 12 points. Now they got it all sorted out. Ellen Hart will bring it up the floor. Hart with a wicked bullet pass to Olsen. Somehow saved it. Beautiful feed to Bomberger. Bomberger can't finish. Gets her own board. Can't put it back on the second attempt. Olsen on the floor fighting with some Cobblers. And we've got our alternating possession at long last. And that favors the Cobblers. So they will get the possession back with 55.1 and a 2-point lead. Well, no matter how you cut it, going to be a very exciting fourth quarter when we get there. And now, in the final minute, we'll see Kirky and Jasmine Yost check back in. Kirky playing with 2 fouls. Larson still on the bench with 4. They'll get the ball into Landry, up to midcourt. Finds its way to Olivia Pierce. Beautiful cut, beautiful find, and Antonia Sequeiros finishes the set. 42-38, Cobblers lead. Ellen Hart driving to the near side corner. Now Pinwheels finds Kirky on the block. Kirky can't get it to go. And the rebound is pulled down by Pierce. Pierce driving. Yost loses Cruz. Cruz with a wide open 3. Can't hit it. Ellen Hart unable to come away with the board as Leah Landry out physical down low. Landry now drives. Shot clock shut off. 17 to play in the quarter. And Landry will back it out. Cobblers going to play for the last shot here. Landry drives with the left, switches to the right, over the head of the defender, and she's called for the travel. Cobblers bench and fan base can't believe it. They want an explanation. They're not going to get one. Emery Larson checks in. There's 9.3 left in the third quarter. Time for one last heave for the Cubs before the 4th and final frame. Ellen Hart has it tipped away. 3 seconds to shoot. Larson steps back from midcourt. Off the front iron. No good. She almost got it to go. and setting up for a cinematic fourth quarter between the Cobblers and the Govs. 38-42, Rapid City Central leads. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 60 seconds after this.
We offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Well, we asked for a good one, and boy, did we get one. 42-38. Rapid City Central leads to start the fourth quarter here in Pierre. Hello, everybody. I'm Justin Cowart. So grateful that you're with us here on this Saturday afternoon. Great game unfolding. And it starts with a loose ball foul called against the Cobblers. Emery Larson back out on the floor for the Pierre Governors. Their lightning rod who can hit from anywhere, almost knocked down a near midcourt three at the buzzer to end the third quarter. First team foul drawn quickly by the Cobblers. Inbound to Hart, near side to Kirky. Olsen will step back and another foul off the ball. This time Coley Cruz called for the contact as Ellen Hart was able to draw it, and this could be big. Only 11 seconds in, Rapid City Central now just 3 fouls away from putting the Govs in the bonus. Hart heaves an overhead pass to the top of the key for Jasmine Yost. Yost swings to Larson, near side wing. That one's jarred free by Leah Landry. A loose ball scrum ensues at midcourt, alternating possession. And the Cobblers will get the possession back, and not a good sign here for the Cobblers. Leah Landry is writhing in pain on the floor, grabbing at her forehead. But talking to Ty Young, Leah Landry, as tough as they come, had her head kind of squished as two Governors came fighting for the loose ball, but she's telling her bench, do not take me out. I'm fine. Just give me a second to catch my breath. But again, like we saw with Morena Bushbaum, you got to be cautious with these apparent head injuries, but Leah Landry's going to tough it out. Cobblers with the possession. Coley Cruz swings to Perea Parker. Cruz thought about a deep three, and from Emery Larson range, thinks better of it. Now they move the ball around. Good hands by Larson. Jars it free, and the Govs have a steal. Outlet passed up to Yost. Yost brings it into the corner. Govs will settle it down, but they find a wide-open Kirky underneath, and she lays it in off the glass and cuts the deficit to 2. Jordan Kirky snuck behind the Cobbler defense, and credit, I believe that was Ellen Hart, for squeezing and needling that pass in. Can the Governors' defense come up with another stop? They've left Leah Landry wide open in the corner, and she makes them pay. Three-pointer is true. The Cobblers now lead by 5 with 6:54 to play. Ellen Hart working hard against Olivia Pierce. Govs going to need a comeback victory here in this fourth quarter if they want their first victory of the season. Jasmine Yost at the top of the key, hands off to Larson, who has to pick up the dribble. Pervasive defense by Perea Parker, and a timeout called by Kirk Beebe out to get his star guard out of trouble. We'll keep it right here for this Agtegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. And in the risk of getting these scores out to you in a very close ball game, we'll just fill you in on the FCS playoff scoreboard right now. So all we have to worry about is basketball action the way out. South Carolina State and Prairie View tied in the fourth quarter at 35 with 1:54 to play. Villanova beat Tarleton State, the 12 seed, takes down the 4 seed, 26-21. Of course, 3 minutes from now, South Dakota Coyotes, the 11 seed, take on the 3-seeded Montana Grizz on ABC. And, of course, we've got the annual Army versus Navy game taking place today on CBS. Navy at 9-2, leading Army 7-0 with 7:16 remaining in the first. To set the scene here, 6:34, fourth quarter action, 45-40 lead for the Cobblers, as Molly Olson will inbound for the Govs. Ellen Hart drives, tries to feed it into Kirky, and now another scrum for a loose ball as Kirky wraps it up around the ankle of Chloe Shreve right in the middle of the lane. All smiles as they pick apart that pile. This time the possession arrow favors the Governors. So Ellen Hart, and now we've got a conversation taking place between Lee Johnson, Dave Brown, and now Mike Pooley joins the party. So they'll stay with the call on the floor. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Govs will have one opportunity to catch and shoot. Who can they get it into? Olsen wide open just inside the arc. Knocks down the mid-range jumper. Molly Olsen. What a huge shot. Her 5th points of the game cuts this deficit to 3. Coley Cruz to the top of the key. They swing it to Landry, who's double-teamed. She pump fakes, drives. No good on the shot. Pulled down by Cruz, and a foul called on the floor on Ellen Hart. Looks like a tie-up. So it'll stay with the Cobblers. First team foul of the quarter for the Governors. 6:07 to play. As this one's floated into Shreve. Kirky did her best to try to get a hand on it. They float it back down underneath to Leah Landry. She loses control. Kirky gets it and is fouled by Persea Parker. Well, the Pierre Governors are putting a lot of focus on Leah Landry. And we're starting when Taya Young is still having a conversation with the official, waiting for the substitution to take place. Persea Parker, to check out, that is her 5th foul, so she is done for the day. That is one domino to fall. A lot of players in foul trouble when you look at the board. Emery Larson, meanwhile, feeds it into the near side elbow. Kirky trying to work on Shreve, loses it, taken away by Landry. Landry surveying, now dribbling. Long pass up ahead. Coley Cruz bobbles it and travels. She started to drive as she was kind of palming and popcorning the ball, and it was enough to draw the travel. So it'll stay a 45-42 Rapid City Central lead. Now 5:35 to play, and it's given away. And now they're going to say this is deflected off of a Cobbler. Taya Young can't believe it. She's incensed on the Cobbler sideline. Halfway off the bench. The pass was intended for Emery Larson off of the hands of Ellen Hart, I believe, and after a referee's conversation, I think they get it right. They give it back to the Cobblers, say that it did not get deflected by a Rapid City Central player. Only player in the area was Emma Casey. Olivia Pierce was also in the general vicinity, but they were adamant that that did not touch one of their own. So the officials changed the call. Leah Landry brings it up the floor. Nice little spin move to shake free of Molly Olsen, but that pass intended for Olivia Pierce almost picked off by Jasmine Yost. Jasmine Yost playing like a safety out there, just kind of reading where that next pass is going to come. So important off the ball as Coley Cruz looks to inbound. Not many places to go with it. They finally floated into Chloe Shreve. Shreve swings to Landry, far side wing. Landry spinning. Black jerseys all around. They float it down to Shreve, and Shreve spins and finishes the bucket. Beautiful move working on Jordan Kirky, and a great in-leading pass from Landry. As this pass bounces off the hands of Jasmine Yost and finds its way to Molly Olsen. Under 5 to play in the 4th quarter. Trying to kick it out, Larson. She's got it in the corner for 3. Too long. Rebound pulled down by Kirky, handed off to Ellen Hart. Fresh shot clock for the Govs. Olsen working. Larson driving. Laying up. No good. Trying to get her own board. Couldn't get it. Leah Landry pulls it in. 4:30 to play. Cobblers leading by 5, and Taya Young wants to take a timeout. We'll take it with her. Our timeouts are sponsored by Ag Tegra. Once we get the signal, we'll be back in 30 seconds after this.
Pierre has been proudly serving Pierre and Fort Pierre for over 40 years. They offer professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, post-construction cleanup, residential and janitorial services, and thorough disinfection cleans. Service Master Restorer provides expert water, smoke, fire, mold, and odor damage restoration, along with drying, dehumidification, and trauma or biohazard cleanup. When disaster strikes, every second counts. Trust the experts who've been doing it for over 40 years. Service Master of Pierre. Get clean today.
Futures aren't made
back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee Federal.
4:29 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Timeout sponsored by AgTegra reminds you acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local AgTegra cooperative today. Governors have held the lead for a majority of the game, but here in the fourth quarter, the Cobblers have taken over. They lead 47-42. Does Rapid City Central, and they have the possession here with 4:25 remaining. On the offensive side, Emma Casey trying to traverse, cross-court pass to Coley Cruz. Cruz driving baseline, blocked by Kirky. Ellen Hart gets the loose ball, and she's fouled by Cruz. Third foul for Coley Cruz, and a strong rebound underneath by the Governors. 14 fouls in the quarter for the Cobblers. One more puts the Governors to the line, which could be a huge benefit for Pierre. Kirky at the top of the key. Hands off to Olsen. Olsen drives and kicks. Larson, step back. Feedback down to the block for Olsen. Olsen trying to work free. Almost walked. Didn't, and gets it to go off the glass. Strong finish by Olsen, and it's a one-possession game once again. 47-42. Govs trying to crack back in. Shreve turns around, kicks out, swung to Cruz. Cruz drives, floats, blocked by Kirky. They'll say she palmed it, alternating possession. It stays with the Cobblers, but an outstanding play nonetheless. Kirky has been just notching up the defensive prowess late in this ballgame. A couple massive blocks. Landry gets the quick inbound pass, pulls a three, and knocks it down. Huge three for the Cobblers, extends it to their biggest lead of the afternoon, 50-44. Govs looking for offense. Larson pulls, can't hit the three. Olsen the rebound, gets it to go off the glass. How big has Molly Olsen been here at the final frame? Back to a 4-point deficit. Pierre defense looking for a stop. Landry heaves it ahead. Kirky fouls as Antonia Sequeiros drives the lane.
Number 31.
Rapid City Central has not been good from the line here tonight, 5 of 16. Governors would love for some more missed free throws here, but Sequeiros, with ice in her veins, knocks down the first. Sequeiros dribbles. Has a very interesting shooting technique. As she misses the second, the rebound's pulled down by Jordan Kirky. Explain that technique in our next little moment of pause as Kirky kicks to Ellen Hart. Hart had a bit of daylight for the moment, thought about three. Cobblers covered it up well. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Bounce through to Emery Larson. Under 3 minutes to play. Larson from the top of the key for three. Bottom of the net. Emery Larson, her 6th three of the ball game, cuts it to a 2-point deficit. Press is on here for the Govs, trying to generate a stop. Coley Cruz, open three, no good. Kirky with the board. Governors can tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3. 2:25 to play, 51-49. Ellen Hart, hassled by Sequeiros. Hits the loose ball, Kirky on the wing. Looking, driving with the left, working on Shreve. Spins, fade away, in the lane, no good. Thought she was fouled, didn't get the call. Whistle, and Taya Young wants the timeout. Things have heated up here. 2:07 to play. Full timeout. We'll only take 30 seconds of it and tell you all about the final 2:07 here after this break. Back in 30 on KGFX.
From the first, they're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
The best Western map to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
7 remaining in the fourth quarter. 51-49, Rapid City Central with the lead. Governors on defense. Welcome back. Justin Cowart bringing you all the live coverage. Brian Menning doing the camera work here today. And Haley Hansen back in the studio. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Ag Tegra Cooperative today. As both teams break from the timeout, Rapid City Central will inbound here. Coley Cruz tasked with getting it in. Emery Larson just hit a massive three from outside the top of the key to cut it to a 2-point game. Coley Cruz swings to the top of the key for Emma Casey. Cruz trying to feed it down, and Kirky steals it away. Read the pass perfectly. Passed up ahead to Olsen. Olsen kicks back. Larson from way downtown. Unbelievable. Emery Larson is on fire, and the Cubs are back in front by 1. Jasmine Yost generates a steal. 142. Olsen wants 3. No good. Hart there for the board. No good on the putback, and Jordan Kirky is fouled. What a turn of events here in the final 2 minutes for the Governors. Emery Larson with her longest 3 of the afternoon hits it from just inside the midcourt logo, making it 52-51. On the ensuing inbound, Jasmine Yost got the steal. And after a helter-skelter couple shots, Jordan Kirky gets the foul and can make it a 3-point lead. Dead quiet. You could hear a pin drop as Kirky bangs in the first. Emery Larson has no conscience. She'll shoot it from the opposite side of the midcourt line if she has to. Kirky with some huge free throws. The second is true. 1:34 to play. Governors lead by 3. 54-51 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. Landry drives, kicks out, over to Cruz, but not before it traveled. Olivia Pierce took one extra step, and things just crumbling away for the Cobblers. 125. Jasmine Yost to inbound. She'll get to Ellen Hart. It's not foul time for the Cobblers, but it's coming soon. They need to stop. Olsen trying to drive baseline. Pinwheels comes back out. Bounce pass into Kirky. Dangerous. Kicked out through the hands of Larson. She was about to pull another 3. Larson trying to free up, and Jasmine Yost's going to be called for an illegal screen. So the blocking foul on Jasmine Yost, but that's what you get with Jasmine Yost. She's going to play 110%, 100 miles per hour, no matter what the score, no matter what is left on the clock. Coley Cruz will have to inbound from right in front of the Governor's bench with 1:08 to play, trailing by 3. Landry across midcourt. Loses the dribble for the moment. Cruz there to claim it. Gives back. Landry trying to tie it with a 3. No good. Ellen Hart there for the board. Hart blistering up the floor. Picks up the dribble, and a whistle on a reach-in foul. Cubs are in the bonus, so this will be free throws. This foul assigned to Olivia Pierce. Jordan Kirky just hit 2 massive free throws for the Govs to extend their 1-point lead to 3, and Ellen Hart looks to make it a 2-possession game. She nails the first. Talk about the confidence from Ellen Hart. If she can hit these 2 after going 0 from 3 in her last trip to the line,
Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Thrifty, local, and convenient. Dakota Mart and Pierre and Fort Pierre are here to help with your holiday needs. This week's specials, USDA Choice Ribeye sold whole and bag $15.99 a pound. Hand cut to order prime rib just $16.99 a pound. And 80% lean ground beef sold in a 10-pound tube, only $3.99 a pound. You can count on Dakota Mart for only the highest quality meats for your holiday celebrations. On your way home, stop by Dakota Mart Gas and save up to 20 cents per gallon every day. Dakota Mart, your hometown neighborhood market.
Throws.
At First Dakota, we don't like to brag about ourselves. So when Forbes named us South Dakota's best bank again, we faced a dilemma. Thankfully, we have the state's best customers, so we're happy to brag about them instead. After all, they inspire us every day. The farmers, the business owners, the families. Without them, we'd be just another bank. So thank you to all of our amazing customers. We wouldn't be here without you. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Can't say enough about the night Ellen Hart has had. Went 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Has hit these two massive free throws and hits two more. Put a nail in the coffin. 60 to other steal. This time it's Olsen on top. What an awesome stretch down the final fourth quarter here from Kirk Bebout's girls, who were trailing by 6 at one point in this fourth quarter. They rallied back. Emery Larson, 25 points. And Molly Olsen hitting some big free throws down the stretch. 10 points for Molly Olsen. She's into double digits. Olsen twirls, fires the second. That one rattles in and out. One of the only missed free throws, and Jordan Kirky comes down hard. This is the last thing that you wanted to see if you're the Pierre Governors, and she slammed her head. Very scary moment, and we're going to step away for 30 seconds while they tend to Jordan Kirky on the floor. 61-51, Governors leading here with 8 seconds to play.
Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramcota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramcota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
With our new online loan
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
To a standing ovation as she makes her way back to the Governor bench. Leah Landry will inbound here. Quickly in, taken forward by Sequeiros. Sequeiros picks up, hands to Landry. Landry heaves a three at the buzzer. No good, and the Governors are victorious. 61-51 after trailing by 6 in the fourth quarter. A 25-point performance from Emery Larson gets the Governors their first win of the season. We'll be back with our Family Dental of Pierre Gettysburg post-game show to recap all of it for you. Governors move to 1-1 on the season. Cobblers move to 0-2. We'll be back in 3 minutes after this short break on KGFX.
You can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Winter programs start now at Grossenberg Implement. The Cold Start program is here to help you get ready before the deep freeze hits. Now's the perfect time to check your block heaters, coolant freeze points, and batteries, the top reason they get service calls every winter. Don't wait until it's too late. Stop by your local Grossenberg Implement or call them today and they'll come out and check your equipment for you. Keep your operation running strong this winter with Grossenberg Implement Service, the other half of a great product.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-23. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Awesome victory, 61-51 by the Pierre Governor girls. And as we get our headset set, we welcome on Miss Emery Larson, one of our players of the game tonight. We'll get our headset set for her. Emery Larson finishing with 25 points in tonight's contest. We'll have her get set up there. And Emery, first things first, congratulations. What an awesome victory. Do you have any conscience when you're pulling threes from the parking lot like that? Or do you just think, I see an open lane, I'm taking the shot?
Honestly, well, sometimes, yeah, because I'm just what if this is an air ball? Like, last night I had a few air balls, but first game jitters, it happens 7. But you know what? I feel like sometimes more than when I think it's going to not go in, it goes in. So, I don't know.
Yeah, you had a couple missed shots last night, but you just kept shooting. Is that Kirk Bebout's message to you? Just keep on. We know you're one of the best shooters in the state. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, big win here today, your first one. You guys get a little bit of a break before your next couple of games, another doubleheader next weekend, Friday, Saturday, back-to-back. How do you guys keep building before the Christmas break?
We reflect on our past Friday, Saturday games and look forward to Sturgis and Spearfish this coming week. We have a lot we can work on and a lot we did well. So I think just talking about that, staying on our toes, and we'll be ready to go next weekend.
That was Miss Emery Larson after a 25-point performance. 6 threes, if I have that correctly. She may have even had 7, but congratulations, Emery. Awesome night tonight.
Thank you.
That was Miss Emery Larson. Now it's time to get to our Player of the Game segment. Before we do that, let's hear a word from our great friends who sponsor our Player of the Game at Bauman Lumber.
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery for large or small projects. Whether it's a home improvement project, remodel job, or all new construction, they even welcome special orders. Quality building materials and affordable prices for residential or commercial projects can be found at Bauman Lumber, 1223 Sale Barn Road, Fort Pierre, or call 223-9762.
And our Bauman Lumber player of the game, that was easy, Miss Emery Larson with 25 points. We did also want to mention that Jasmine Yost had an outstanding game today. Couple of late fouls, but she played some great defensive stretches there, a couple steals, couple big threes for Jasmine Yost. She just kind of did it all across the floor. Got plenty of Governor basketball to call here in the upcoming weeks. We'll be able to spread out our player of the game shirts as we need. We're going to take one more 60-second break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up for you, trying to work against a dying computer here on a cold day in Pierre. We'll be back in 1 minute with more from the Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show.
Venture Communications is proud to sponsor high school sports and the surrounding communities by providing world-class service with a hometown touch. Venture Communications has been offering phone service since 1952. Today, Venture provides fiber-to-home service for 100% of their customers, which means super fast internet streaming of your favorite games and much more. Visit VentureCom with 2 M's, venturecom.net for more information or to pay your bill online.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
At First Dakota, we don't like to brag about ourselves. So when Forbes named us South Dakota's best bank again, we faced a dilemma. Thankfully, we have the state's best customers, so we're happy to brag about them instead. After all, they inspire us every day. The farmers, the business owners, the families. Without them, we'd be just another bank. So thank you to all of our amazing customers. We wouldn't be here without you. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Back into the Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. Quickly wrapping up some scoring for you. It was a great night from Leah Landry for the Rapid City Central Cobblers. She finished the night with 18 points, as Chloe Shreve also had a good night, finishing with 14. Molly Olson finished with 9 points for the Pierre Governors, also finishing with a good night. Ellen Hart had 9 points, as did Jordan Kirky, but of course, Emery Larson stole the show with 25 points and a whole host of threes. Well, folks, it's still snowy out there and icy. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you, don't veer for gear. Be nice with the ice. It starts with you. You've got some place to be. If you enjoyed listening to this game, make sure you download the DRG News app to bounce around from game to game. We've often got multiple nights with multiple broadcasts going on, so make your listening experience much more streamlined and much more enjoyable. Big thanks to all of our friends from Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Hag Ag, Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Tokyo Hibachi, and Sushi. Still got some Pierre Governor boys basketball going on over on River 92.7, so make sure you tune in for that with Brian Oakland and his coverage. And one final time on our Wegner Auto scoreboard here, 61-51, Pierre Governor girls get the win. We'll be back with more high school basketball coverage next week, so make sure you tune in. Big thanks to Brian Menning, our camera operator today, and Haley Hansen for keeping us back on the air. I'm Justin Coward. Thank you for dealing with our audio difficulties with us today. What a fun one. 61-51, Governor girls get their first win of the season. Stay tuned to the local sports page at drgnews.com for all updated scores and schedules, and have a wonderful Saturday afternoon, everybody.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. 1060 KTFX Pierre. Rebroadcasting on K276GT. 103.1 FM Fort Pierre. Be safe. Drive smart.
From ABC